welcome back to STL TV Live. I'm Ivy Hartman, and joining me now in the studio is Jade Harrell. She's a producer at Gospel 1600 AM, but she is so much more. And we're so glad you're here to share some of this information with us and new things. Let's start out by talking about your role as an entrepreneur.
Yes.
One Rare Gem is this baby that you have brought to life, so to speak.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Well, it's the producer junkie in me that just couldn't stop. I've been an at-home mother for over 10 years. Gosh, it's amazing to say that at this point. But for me, instead of baking, I broadcast. So I would sneak out overnight and go into the Clear Channel studios and produce great programs with nowhere to put them. I was waiting for that great opportunity to have positive programs on the air. Well, fortunately, I became a producer of Sunday Morning Live, which is a legacy program. It's been 30 years, actually. Right. Oh, well, not me for 30 years, but I'm a part of the new regime. Right. I would have been just a child, actually, at that time. But I had that opportunity there to do community affairs programs, but I was just waiting for the opportunity to bring more positive programs to there.
So when we visit oneraregem.com, what is it that we'll find?
Oh my gosh, kind of a culmination of all things positive. I call it rare gemistry. It's the cross-section of that which matters and that truly inspires. So I specialize, and my pride is positive programs. And so there you will find audio, video, even written. There's art, there's independent film and documentary. It's a great housing place. There just was not enough places to put all the wonderful things there are out there that really promote the positive.
And sports is incorporated
well,
into that
it is
too.
now.
Okay, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute, because that is a big new announcement that we want to make sure that you're aware of. But we also want to make sure that we've recruited help to help with that announcement.
That's right.
And we want to make sure they're involved in that.
That's right.
So you're revamping the site now.
Yes.
And you've got several channels.
Yes.
Based on that. So is it based on people's interests, the different channels?
Well, I hope.
Okay.
Common surveys and common statistics say that we are not interested, that people are not interested in positive programs, but I believe differently. For example, your program, there's a lot of sensational and salacious programming out there. And as a mother, I've come to appreciate things that are simple, good, and positive.
Here's why, because we are inundated with it.
Yeah.
It's almost like candy that makes your tooth hurt, or it just becomes acidic, and you're just kind of looking for that positive reinforcement to feed your soul.
Yes.
And that is a nice place to have it. So what has been one of your highlights of doing One Rare Gem?
Oh
and
my
some of
gosh.
that
Well,
you've got on
to
there?
see it come to life was the biggest. I think it was a dream that happened when I was 27, and then to actually see it come to life was great. And to find out that in the first month there were over 20,000 hits on that site, and we're talking from South Africa, Germany, Canada, yes, Australia. There are other content producers, but they have come to find their place home at One Rare Gem.
What? The miracle of the internet.
Yeah, that has changed everything. I thought I'd have to obtain a studio and become this major conglomerate, but I haven't.
So talk about a little bit about your background with Clear Channel and the different roles you've played and what you're doing now.
Well, that kind of was my condition. I'm not from St. Louis, but when I was moving here, I said, well, I'm going to get on commercial radio, and that will be my condition. And I had no idea that wouldn't have mattered whether I wanted to or not. But I came and applied actually with Daryl Leeson, who was the program director at the time, and the real JR, who was a popular afternoon personality. As a matter of fact, I ran into him at the Home Depot and shoved a demo tape, like old school. Yes, please, listen. Called overnight, and surely, you know, it wasn't I had the resume. I had production experience and had done so in Atlanta and prior to becoming a mother. But it wasn't until that chance happening that the demo got into the right place, and they put me on the air in the next week. And I worked the 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. shift through 2 pregnancies. And
you are the ultimate working mom, and making it all come together. So you know what? If you want to find Jade Harrell, you can look for oneraregem.com for more details, but also Play-by-Play Fridays. Yes, that is something that we're going to introduce you to very first right here on STL TV and walk you through play-by-play, what Play-by-Play Friday means to you and how you can get involved. Brand new. And you can catch Jade on 1600, Hallelujah 1600 AM as well. We're going to be back with more with Jade, and we're going to invite Cedric Cobb to join us. And I want to remind everybody out there, we're talking about all the great events going on around St. Louis, and we're talking about different forms of media so that you can access that. Of course, Facebook for STL TV, we've got Twitter, and then our YouTube channel. Plus, you can always watch this programming and all of our other programming streaming live through our website at stltv.net. We're going to be back with more right after this. Do not go anywhere.